People think Hailey Bieber's glazed skin came from luxury serums, expensive facials, or the fact that she literally owns a skincare brand, but the truth is far stranger. Her glow didn't start with a product. It started with a moment she never talks about publicly. A moment that almost shattered her confidence before it rebuilt her entire routine from the ground up, because long before the world saw the glazed donut look, before Rhode became a global trend, before the glow became a meme, Hailey was struggling, not with acne, not with texture, not with dryness, but with something deeper, something she didn't even know was happening to her skin. It began on a night she remembers too vividly. She had just finished a photo shoot, hours under harsh lights, layers of foundation, powder, highlighter, touch-ups on top of touch-ups. By the time she got home, her face didn't feel like her face. It felt heavy, tired, almost numb. She looked in the mirror, and for the first time in years, she didn't recognize the woman looking back, not the model, not the influencer, not the brand founder, just Hailey, exhausted, overwhelmed, and quietly breaking down. Her skin wasn't glowing. It wasn't youthful. It wasn't donut glazed. It was stressed, inflamed, begging for a pause. Her under eyes were puffy, her barrier was screaming, her cheeks looked irritated, her forehead felt tight and overworked. She touched her face and it stung. She blinked at her reflection, confused. How did it get this bad? She wasn't doing anything wrong, right? She had the best dermatologists, the best products, the best treatments, facials, routines, but somehow, her skin looked worse than it had in months. That night, something inside her cracked, a mix of fear and frustration she didn't want to admit, and that crack became the beginning of her transformation, because the next morning, during a routine check-in, her dermatologist looked at her skin, looked into her eyes, and said a sentence Hailey never forgot. "Your skin isn't tired because of makeup, your mind is tired, and your skin is reacting." Hailey froze. He continued, "You're doing too much, too many steps, too many ingredients, too much pressure. Your skin isn't broken, it's overwhelmed." That line hit her like a shockwave. Overwhelmed. She realized she wasn't giving her skin space to breathe. She was expecting it to perform like she expected herself to perform, always ready, always polished, always perfect. That was the moment everything changed. It wasn't a serum. It wasn't a product. It wasn't a treatment. It was awareness, the awareness that her glow could never come from a bot life. Her life was suffocating her skin from the inside out, and that realization became secret number one, the secret that rebuilt her entire glazed skin routine. Because secret number two, it wasn't something she applied on her face. It was something she stopped doing every morning, a tiny habit that was quietly destroying her glow. Most people think Hailey's glazed skin routine begins with her morning serum or her moisturizer, that famous Rhode glazing fluid, but her real transformation began with something completely different, something invisible, subtle, and almost embarrassing, a habit she didn't even know she had, a habit that was quietly destroying her glow every single morning. It started the day her dermatologist asked her a question so strong, so unexpected she actually laughed at first. He looked at her skin, looked at her expression, then asked softly, "Do you frown in the morning?" Hailey blinked. "What do you mean?" He turned his iPad around and showed her a photo taken earlier during the skin scan. Her jaw was tight, brows pulled in, forehead tensed, eyes slightly squinted. She looked stressed, not mentally, but physically. Her face looked like it woke up ready for a fight. He explained, "You don't realize it, but your face is waking up tense. Your muscles are contracted. Your jaw is clenched. Your forehead is stiff." He paused, "And that tension is stopping your products from working. Your glow can't come through muscles that are bracing for impact." Hailey froze. She thought she was calm in the mornings, coffee, podcast slow music, but her face was telling a different story. It was carrying yesterday's stress into the new day before she even opened her skincare drawer. So he gave her a strange assignment. Before you touch any product, relax your face. Hailey almost joked, relax my face? That's it. It sounded ridiculous, but she trusted him. The next morning, she stood in her bathroom mirror and did what he said. She breathed in deeply and slowly unclenched her jaw. She released her tongue from the roof of her mouth. She softened her forehead. She let her brows drop. Naturally, she opened her eyes gently instead of squinting at the light, and for the first time, her face didn't feel tight. It felt soft, open, receptive. Still, it felt silly, almost childish, like a meditation exercise she didn't sign up for, but she kept doing it, day after day, week after week, and slowly, something strange began to happen. Her morning puffiness went down, her forehead creases softened, her cheekbones looked more lifted, her products absorbed faster almost instantly. The glow lasted longer throughout the day. She realized something huge. Her skin wasn't fighting her anymore, because her face wasn't starting the day in a silent, hidden tension. This tiny habit became secret number 2 in her glazed skin routine. Not a product, not a tool, a physical reset, a reminder that glow starts deeper than skincare. Glow starts in how you carry yourself before you even touch your skin. But secret number 3, it was even more surprising because it wasn't something she did to her face. It was something she kept touching that was silently damaging her skin the most.
People assume Hailey Bieber's biggest skin problems came from makeup or long shoots or harsh lighting or product overload. But the real damage wasn't coming from what she put on her face. It came from something she kept touching, something she didn't even realize she was doing. Something so small, so automatic, so unconscious that it took one unexpected moment to expose it. It happened during a behind-the-scenes live stream. Hailey was talking casually, laughing, waiting for her next scene. Her face was clean, no makeup, just her natural skin. Then, out of nowhere, a fan commented, "Why are you touching your face so much?" Hailey froze mid-sentence. "What do you mean?" she asked, confused. The comments kept coming. "You keep rubbing your cheek. You touched your jaw again. You're resting your chin on your hand. Girl, stop touching your face." She hadn't even noticed. Her fingertips were brushing her jaw, her palm sitting under her chin, her nails gently tracing the side of her face every time she paused to think. It wasn't insecurity. It wasn't nerves. It wasn't vanity. It was a comfort habit, the kind your body does automatically when your brain is distracted or busy. But what she didn't know was how much this one habit was silently wrecking her glazed glow. Later that week, she told her dermatologist about it. He nodded calmly and said the words that made everything suddenly make sense. "Your hands are the biggest enemy of your skin." She stared at him. He explained, "You touch your phone, doorknobs, makeup brushes, clothes, tables, hair, and without realizing, you transfer all that bacteria straight onto your face." Then he added, "You're not irritating your skin with products, you're irritating it with your hands." That line hit deeper than she expected. He asked her to count how many times she touched her face in an hour. She did. She touched her face 23 times without realizing. 23 silent micro-attacks on her barrier. 23 opportunities for clogged pores. 23 tiny bursts of inflammation. It wasn't acne. It wasn't dryness. It wasn't sensitivity. It was her hands. Breaking the habit wasn't easy. The next morning, she tried not touching her face at all, but every few minutes, her hand drifted upward toward her cheek, toward her chin, toward her jawline. Sometimes she caught herself halfway. Sometimes she realized only after she'd touched it. Sometimes she felt frustrated, almost embarrassed that such a tiny habit was controlling her skin. But by day 5, she noticed something new. Her jawline redness softened. Her cheek irritation calmed. Her texture felt smoother, almost calmer to the touch. Even her breakouts looked less angry. Her dermatologist explained, hands carry oil, sweat, bacteria. Touching spreads inflammation. Pressure disrupts the barrier. Constant contact stops healing. Stopping that one habit was like removing a silent attack on her skin. Hailey finally understood something powerful. You can do every step, right cleanser, serums, moisturizer, treatments, but if you can't control your hands, you can't control your skin. This became secret number 3 of her glazed skin routine. Hands off the face, no exceptions. But secret number 4 wasn't about her hands or her face. It was about a nightly ritual so quiet and unexpected that it changed her glow while she slept. Most people think good skin comes from what you do during the day. Your morning routine, your products, your makeup prep, your serums. But Hailey's true glazed glow wasn't built in the morning. It was repaired in the quiet hours of the night. And secret number 4 wasn't a product, or a technique, or a treatment. It was a ritual so simple, so silent, so underestimated, that she didn't realize how much it was hurting her skin until the moment she stopped doing it. It began on a night like any other. Hailey was lying in bed, scrolling endlessly, answering messages, checking updates, responding to notifications, and falling deeper into that familiar digital trance that always promised rest, but never delivered it. Her room was dark, but her phone was glowing inches from her face. Her eyes were tired. Her jaw was tight. Her skin felt warm, flushed, overworked. She turned the camera accidentally and caught her reflection in the black mirror of her phone screen. Her face looked drained, not unhealthy, but exhausted in a way that didn't show on camera, a kind of quiet fatigue that no moisturizer could fix. The next day, during her routine check-in, her dermatologist noticed the subtle signs immediately. Puffiness under the eyes, slight dullness around the cheeks, minor inflammation across the barrier. Then he asked a question that felt too personal for skincare. "How late do you stay on your phone at night?" She shrugged. "I'm always on it until I fall asleep." He nodded slowly. Blue light suppresses melatonin. Low melatonin reduces skin repair, and cortisol, your stress hormone, spikes from late scrolling. Your skin can't heal if your nervous system doesn't calm down. Hailey stared at him. He continued, "You're trying to glow while giving your skin no way to recover." That line hit her harder than she expected. So that night, she tried something new. 1 hour before bed, no phone, no scrolling, no notifications, no blue light. At first, it was torture. Her fingers twitched. Her mind begged for distraction. Her thoughts grew loud in the silence. It felt like withdrawal, not from technology, but from noise. The kind of noise she didn't realize she depended on. But after a few nights, something began to shift. Her breaths grew slower. Her jaw relaxed. Her eyes felt calmer. Her sleep felt deeper. And by morning, her skin looked different. Not dramatically, but unmistakably. Less puffiness, more clarity. A brighter tone, smoother texture, faster healing. Her dermatologist explained it simply. Your skin heals at night, and you finally let it. Hailey realized something profound. Glow isn't just about what you apply. Glow is also about what you allow. She had been giving her skin ingredients, but not giving it peace. And peace was what her glow needed most. This quiet nightly ritual became secret number 4, the ritual that repaired her glow while she slept. But secret number 5 wasn't peaceful at all. It was a scary ingredient she avoided for years, until one moment forced her to face it, and it transformed her skin completely. People assume Hailey Bieber's signature glazed skin comes from gentle products, hydrating formulas, and barrier-loving routines. But one of the biggest secrets behind her glow was actually something she avoided for years. Not because of allergies, not because of sensitivity, not because a dermatologist told her no, but because she was scared of it. and that fear kept her skin stuck right below its full potential. The story started long before Rhode was born, back when Hailey was new to the world of skincare and the internet was her only teacher. She kept hearing horror stories. Retinol will thin your skin. It makes your face peel off. It destroys your barrier. You'll look worse before you look better. She believed them. So she made a quiet promise to herself. No retinol, ever, even when professionals recommended it, even when friends swore it changed their skin, even when experts insisted it was safe with proper use. She still refused. To her, retinol wasn't skincare. It was danger, a risk she didn't want to take. But years later, during a routine assessment, her dermatologist gently pushed back. He examined her texture, her fine lines, her healing pattern, her cell turnover rate, then said something that shook her confidence in everything she believed. "You're afraid of the wrong thing." Hailey froze. He continued. "Retinol doesn't destroy healthy skin. It destroys damaged skin. It accelerates renewal. It clears what's hiding beneath the surface. It makes room for better skin to grow." She swallowed hard. He wasn't asking her to transform her routine. He wasn't telling her to overload her skin. He wasn't pushing high concentrations. He simply offered a tiny sample tube and said, "Use this much," showing the size of a grain of rice. That's all. Trust the process. That night, Hailey held the tiny tube in her hand like it was something explosive. She felt ridiculous, scared of a product everyone else seemed to love. But fear is still fear, and hers was real. She opened the cap slowly, hesitated, almost closed it again. Then finally, she applied the thinnest layer she had ever used in her life. Just a whisper of product, barely visible, but emotionally, it felt like a leap. The first week wasn't fun. A little peeling, some tightness, minor redness, moments of panic. Her brain whispered, what if they were right? What if I ruined my skin? What if this was a mistake? But her dermatologist had warned her, this is your skin adjusting, not reacting. Trust it. So she did. By week 3, everything changed. Her texture smoothed. Her pores tightened. Dark spots faded. Makeup applied like butter. Her glow lasted longer, deeper and more evenly. She finally understood. She wasn't protecting her skin by avoiding retinol. She was limiting it. Fear wasn't keeping her safe. It was holding her back. Retinol became secret number 5, the ingredient she feared the most, and the one that elevated her glow beyond anything she imagined. But secret number 6 wasn't inside a bottle. It wasn't a product at all. It was an emotional habit, something written in her expression that was quietly disturbing her glow from the inside out. Most people think skin is a surface-level story. Pores, products, serums, treatments, routines. But Hailey Bieber learned something most people never realize. Your skin shows your emotions, even when you don't. And secret number 6 wasn't inside a bottle. It wasn't a product, a tool, or a step. It was an emotional habit that lived quietly in her expression. A habit she carried for years without noticing it was silently dulling her glow. It started during a test shoot. The lighting was soft, the camera was gentle, the makeup was minimal. The plan was simple: capture Hailey's natural glow. But as the photos came in, one tiny detail kept bothering her team. Her skin looked beautiful, but the energy in her face looked heavy, not sad, not stressed, just tight, like she was holding something in. Her makeup artist approached her at the monitor and said, "You know you're clenching your jaw again, right?" Hailey blinked. "My jaw?" She touched her face. The muscles felt stiff. Her cheeks felt tense. Her mouth was pressed tight without her meaning to. She hadn't realized it, but she was bracing herself, even in calm moments, even in silence, even when nothing was wrong. And suddenly, old memories came back. Red carpet interviews where her jaw ached afterward. Runway days when her cheeks hurt by evening. Nights she fell asleep with her teeth clenched so hard she woke up with headaches. Times she didn't know why her skin always looked tired, even when she wasn't. She thought it was stress from fame, or maybe exhaustion, or lighting, or poor sleep. But the real truth was something she never considered. Her face was holding emotions her mind refused to show. Later, during her skin evaluation, her dermatologist confirmed it. He gently touched her jawline and said, "You hold tension here, and here, and here," tapping her temples and cheeks. Then he explained, "Tension restricts circulation. Restricted circulation reduces oxygen. Low oxygen slows healing. Slowed healing dulls the skin." Then he added a line that hit deeper than science. "Your glow can't come through a face that's always bracing." Hailey looked down, embarrassed. Not because she had done something wrong, but because she hadn't realized how hard she was on herself. She asked, "How do I fix it?" He smiled. "Not with products, with awareness." So she started practicing something new, softening her jaw before speaking, relaxing her cheeks in the mirror, releasing her tongue from the roof of her mouth, breathing into her face instead of holding her expression still. At first she felt ridiculous, like she was pretending to be peaceful instead of actually being peaceful. But within a week she noticed something surprising. Her makeup sat smoother. Her face looked more open, more lifted, more alive. The dullness faded. Her glow returned from the inside out. Because she finally understood, good skin isn't just talent or routine, it's emotional freedom. Her face needed peace just as much as her skin did. This became secret number 6. The secret hidden in her expression, not her skincare drawer. But secret number 7 was the most personal, the most vulnerable, the one she never planned to share. Because it wasn't about skincare at all. It was about the choice that changed her glow from the inside out. People think Hailey Bieber's glow comes from skincare, but the final, most powerful secret, the one she never planned to share, had nothing to do with her face, her routine, or even her dermatologist. Secret number 7 was a choice that didn't just change her skin, it changed her life. It happened during a period no one saw coming. On the outside, Hailey's world looked perfect. The glam, the events, the shoots, the flawless photos, the glow everyone envied. But behind the scenes, her life was getting louder, busier, messier, pressure from expectations, pressure from perfection, pressure from everyone watching. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't a breakdown. It wasn't public. It was quiet, internal, hidden behind makeup and lighting. She woke up one morning and realized she was glowing on camera, but dimming in real life. Her skin wasn't bad. It wasn't irritated. It wasn't breaking out, but it looked emotionless, like it was reflecting the exhaustion she kept pretending wasn't there. She wasn't just tired physically. She was tired emotionally, in a way that no routine could hide. That's when her therapist asked her something simple. When was the last time you did something for yourself? Not for your brand, not for your audience, but for you? Hailey didn't have an answer, not one. She had built routines, habits, rituals, systems, but she hadn't built space for herself. Her glow looked perfect, but her spirit looked drained, and that's when it happened. The shift, the break, the choice. She made a decision that scared her at first, to start saying no. No to overworking, no to forcing perfection, no to hiding exhaustion behind foundation, no to pretending she was okay when she wasn't. She cleared her schedule, canceled events, turned down shoots, paused collaborations. Not because she was weak, but because she finally understood. Her glow didn't come from how much she did. It came from how much she allowed herself to stop. In those weeks of slowing down, her sleep got deeper, her breath softened, her body reset, her nervous system finally stopped vibrating, and her skin, it changed. Not instantly, not magically, but quietly, peacefully, naturally. Her cheeks looked brighter. Her eyes looked clearer. Her glow didn't look performed. It looked alive, because her skin wasn't hiding her life anymore. It was reflecting it. She didn't achieve her glow. She created space for it to return. Secret number 7 became the most honest part of her story. Glow is not something you chase. Glow is something you protect. And the moment she protected herself, her glow followed. If this story opened your eyes, if it made you rethink your own habits, your own stress, your own glow, then like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, because more powerful stories like this are coming. And one of them might be the one you need.